Hello and welcome back once again to Viking Whiskey. Today I'm tasting an old fellow. This is a 37-year-old Highland Park, distilled in 1967, so it's been around for a few years. This one was bottled by Duncan in the Rare Old series. Bottled at 41.3%. Details are on the screen, right here. Very nice amber color. Very good nose. It's got a fairly large amount of acetone to begin with, but I'm sure a lot more is gonna come out when I dig in deeper. There's some oriental spices. Interesting. I'm even gonna go and say sort of curry spices. Very unusual. Sandalwood. There's vanilla also. Some honey. Some very perfumed, fragrant, like some florals. Also this very, very sweet honey at the center. Some grassy notes also, sort of fresh cut grass. There's some sponge cake, a little bit of lemon. And a little bit of rubber also. Beeswax. There's really lots of stuff to dig out here. Some mint leaves also. I have a feeling I could keep going, but let's move on, see how it tastes. All right, alcohol is as expected, very, very mellow, very light, peppery sensations. And maybe because of that, it's really showing age. Feels a little bit woolen, a little bit worn out, if you might say. It's showing some oak and a bit of barley, but not a lot of sweetness. It's really showing age, though. Very sensations of this very old wood. Very light camphor. And it's sort of, maybe because of the ABV is so low, feels a little bit watery on the center of the tongue. It's not big and full. It's definitely not a powerhouse. It's a very light whiskey. And so far into the first chew, not a very big one. Also in terms of flavors. hoping to see this improve over the next ones. Second chew brings more vanilla, light, and I do mean light toffee notes. Some hay, very light, like very watered down pear juice. Some tiny hints of fresh mint leaves and some fresh grass, but again, super light. Some spices start to warm up here on the roof of the mouth and around the gums. It's definitely getting better here on the second chew. What a relief. Now in the nose I have shortbread cookies and even some Belgian waffles without whipped cream, but with caramel. Here in the third chew, it finally comes into place. What a relief. Still showing all that age, but where you had that sort of watery black hole in the center, it's now really starting to fill out, be a lot warmer, a lot more spices. And now there's a lots of flavors on the palate. You've got some black pepper, you've got lots of wood spices, there's more oak, there's a lot more barley. You've got some of this toffee, even some cane sugar starting to peek out here. There's some of this white flowers. And there's some very light smoke starting to look up, and it's really helping things along here. And at this point, I mean, it still feels very, very delicate, as if you could topple at any time, but at least it's built up to a level where it's a very tasty dram. On the finish, it's not very warm. It's not very peppery or spicy. I mean, you would probably not have guessed this was a Highland Park if you hadn't known. It doesn't carry a lot of those characteristics. What you're left with is some light grass and hay, a very, very light sort of cane sugar or pear juice sweetness. Smoke is luckily still lingering. It's a very important element here. Toffee caramel is pretty much gone. a little bit of dried herbs, and still some oak is here. A very pleasant finish, and it's remarkably long, looking at that it wasn't a very strong expression during the tasting. So to rate this guy, the nose, I think was just lots of fun and a great experience to nose, and very unique and very nice. So all that put together is a 92. Taste-wise, on the other hand, it took it the full 3 chews to really get up to speed. It did not feel good there on the first chew, but it did get there. If you do like them sort of light and a bit delicate in the expression, you will really like this one. I do like those whiskies. Sometimes there is an occasion for everything, but still I'm gonna go 87 on the taste, because it also really did have some weak points. So it gets more points for showing the age and being very unique and still good at the end, but it loses some points for the opening. Okay, on the finish, I think it came down wonderfully, and looking at where it was taste-wise, the finish is a 90. So all in all, I think on the average, we're also going to land on a 90. Okay, great. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I did, and still am. See you on the next one. Cheers.